concentrated on is the safety of the tee, right? Did you?
The safety of what?
Did
Yeah,
you?
I
The
forgot
safety
about
of the practice,
Facility or area?
like where you're hitting.
Oh, I see.
Oops.
Well, that's a good thing to
It is.
be aware of. Now, you weren't doing that over on the practice range. See, you're making me nervous.
I know, it's
Wallace.
gonna
You're
be
not
with
even-
that
yeah.
camera. I'm serious, that camera gets you.
That's why I'll do this a few times before.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I have to talk to myself for a minute. Actually, I have to swear at myself.
Time out.
Bad girl, bad girl.
Yeah. Just like get off or.
Let me know when you're loosened up and then we'll go.
Yeah, it's going to take another minute
Yeah,
or two.
absolutely. Very nice.
See, that's what I was doing over there when
Yeah.
nobody was watching.
Yeah, probably tightened up a little bit.
Doing this.
Yeah, that's a great one.
You
Super.
can start whenever you want because you're on the
Okay.
back.
Send you
All
everything
right.
I have.
You guys ready?
Yeah, it's rolling.
Hi, I'm Wallace Hamilton. I'm working with Mrs. Stroh today on a 30-minute lesson at Belfair. And anyway, we're going to get together, and I just wanted to ask you if you have any physical injuries or limitations.
I have a low back problem.
You have a low back problem. Does that affect you and how much you can practice?
Yes.
It does.
I practice for 30 to 45 minutes, and that's all.
Okay.
And if I'm putting, I can only practice for 30 minutes.
Okay. When you hit balls, are you warmed up?
I am.
You are, great. When you hit balls, do you go through your whole pre-shot routine, or do you kind of rake the ball in and
I go through the pre-shot
That's a good idea.
routine.
I was just going to suggest that, just so you get erect a little bit and get the pressure off that position.
I stretch beforehand.
That's great.
And then start to practice.
That's great. That's great. How many times a week do you practice?
Probably 3 or 4.
3 or 4? Okay, fantastic. And tell me about your equipment there. Did you get fitted for that equipment?
I don't remember.
You don't
It's
remember,
5
but
years old,
it's
so
5 years old. But you're happy with it. It's a nice Adams set club, and it looks like you've got new grips on it and so forth.
I did. I put new
Great.
grips on this year, and
I like those grips. They're terrific.
yeah,
Great.
They hold very well.
Yeah, they do. Okay, super. And tell me about your handicap in golf. How long have you played? What's your handicap?
I played for approximately 25 years, and my handicap went from 23 to 17
Fantastic.
because of lessons here at Belfair.
Oh, fantastic.
And
awesome.
I've had 3 hole-in-ones since I came to Belfair.
Wow.
I never had another one before. I attribute that to the teaching staff here. We have excellent pros.
See you? Great.
And I've taken lessons from a variety of them, not just the same person.
Okay.
But my latest individual has done a wonderful job with me, and she's aware of what I need and what I don't need, and so on. So
Fantastic.
I'm
Well, I'm
very
glad
pleased.
I can fill in. Tell me before we get into that, would you consider yourself a visual, an auditory, or a feel learner? What's your best learning style? Do you like to see a picture of it? Do you like to hear it? Or do you like to feel it?
Hearing it,
Hearing it?
and
Okay.
then visual.
Okay, perfect. And then, do you think you're left brain, right brain? Are you an architect or an artist? Do you like
An
to have
architect,
an
an
architect?
analyst.
Okay, perfect. And then, what are your goals today in coming?
I need to get the ball airborne consistently.
Okay.
I have a few good shots, but then I find myself breaking down or swinging too fast.
Okay.
And instead of coming around and holding my position, I find myself doing one of these.
So your transition's a little quick.
My transition
Okay.
is too quick. That's-
Okay.
Yes.
And Is that some of the things that you've been, what kinds of things are you working on with your, is it Megan that you're working with?
I'm working with Megan.
And what kinds of things are you working on in your swing with Megan?
Well, we're.
So I know if it's natural or if you're working on something.
I would say that we're working on my transfer of balance.
Okay.
I sometimes sway as opposed to turning
Okay. Is that in the backswing?
in the backswing.
Okay.
And I find myself bringing the club upright
Okay.
instead of around.
Okay. Perfect.
And that's two of the key issues.
Okay,
And if I
super.
can bring it around, I can get through it all right.
Okay, great.
And then at one time when I first started, I would stop here, and Megan has me doing a full swing where my back is to the target, my belt buckle is to the target.
Okay, so fantastic. That looks great. So to accomplish getting back, what is your thought in the backswing to get that club over that, what I would say a little flatter, a little more around? How are you accomplishing that?
I think keep the left arm straight,
Okay.
and
And
then
what-
I find
okay.
myself being able to do it.
Okay, fantastic. That's great. So why don't you hit a few? Let me take a look at it, your alignment and so forth. All right, and let me just be an observer of you for a little bit and see if I can give you a little bit of help today.
All right, thank you.
Super. So tell me about your target. Are we?
My target is the white flag.
Okay, terrific. That was pretty close to the white flag. Would that be one of the ones that you think is not airborne?
Correct.
Okay, and that's maybe that feeling and that swing.
I
that
didn't
you-
have a good feel there.
Okay, great. How did that
I
feel?
consider that a good swing.
That was very
For
nice.
me, that's a good swing.
Did it feel like a whole different tempo too? That's
Yes.
what I noticed.
And also, I felt that I was coming around and through the ball.
Great, great. I loved it. Okay, a couple more. I think your alignment looks pretty close to right on. Lovely. Very nice.
Thank you. Now that's somewhat of a miss, but I got away with it.
Okay. How about one more? How was that?
That was a good swing for
That
me.
really, I mean, to me, that looked perfect. So, when we talk about your goal of getting it airborne, obviously your airborne shots are terrific. And I want to, today I'd like to make a more specific goal and agree to a goal with you.
All right.
So, if we're going to go to that white flag, and we're hitting today, if we hit 5 shots, what would you be happy with for a ratio to that white flag today?
Well, because I'm critical of myself, I'd want 4 out of 5.
Okay. Do you think that's a realistic goal?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
At my level in the practice I played, yes.
Okay. We just hit probably 5 shots. How many out of the 5 did you get that you felt you were
I only got 3. That were
3?
good.
I thought so too. 3.
Just 3.
So as we work through the lesson, let's try and get to 4,
All right.
and let's work as our short-term goal. Now let's talk about how that's going to help you on the golf course for your game, your 17 handicap. Is your goal to maybe bring it down even a little bit more, or another 3 hole-in-ones, or?
My goal is to have a hole-in-one every year.
Okay.
As
That's
far as
ambitious.
realistic, no, I think 17 is a good handicap for me. If I
Okay.
can maintain that, I
Okay.
will be happy.
Okay.
I-
And you feel in your game today, those thin shots, I would say, a little bit in the belly of the club, those are kind of causing you some strokes out there.
Yes.
Okay.
It causes me to have it either fly over the green or put it in trouble.
Okay, so perfect. So if we achieve maybe 4 out of 5 today, then we're probably pretty close to right on track.
Yes. I would
Okay,
agree.
super. Okay, so it would help in your scoring and so forth.
Absolutely.
Okay, terrific. So you've got an 8 iron right there. Okay, so let me just, before we do a little scoreboard on our, our accuracy, let me just talk about a couple of things that I just noticed that you did really well on the good swings, and things that didn't look as good on the lower shots.
Okay.
What I'd like to see you feel is a little bit more centered. I like the way you're getting around, but I felt, if you grab that club, I felt that on the lower ones that we were moving off of it a little. In other words, this being your center, that center point, I'm exaggerating, is moving a little bit back.
Okay.
So I'd like you to feel that same nice feel that you showed me, but I'd like to see you feel like your sternum stays in the same place. If I was to put my arms outside your shoulders like that,
Right.
I want you to turn inside of that. That's exactly right. Which
Okay.
you're doing on the good swings.
Okay.
But when you get a little quick, you grab it with your arms, and then you just kind of move off of it. If I showed you.
So I'm moving off center at that point. is that
Exactly.
correct?
Exactly. So all I'm saying is, when you take it away, first of all, I'd like to see you start. What do you start the swing with? What's your
My
what's
thought
your trigger?
process?
No, what's your first trigger? What starts the whole action of
I
your
have to
swing?
think about that. I don't know.
Okay. Be an observer. That was a nice swing, by the way.
Thank you. I think that I get set up behind the ball, try
Okay.
to keep I tend to do this, to keep my hips rotated down,
Okay.
and, manage to stay in the center and turn.
Okay, so what's the first thing that goes in your swing? What's the trigger, the first movement in your shoulder? Go ahead and take a couple swings and close your eyes and see if you can feel the trigger.
Shoulder turn.
Shoulder turn. Okay, I'm so glad you said that. Bang. On the ones that you aren't hitting well, in my eye, you're not starting with the shoulder.
Okay.
You're starting with the hands.
Yes.
Okay? So really, I
That's
mean,
a
I don't
good
see
point.
a lot
Thank
of
you.
glaring things. I see those two key things to me.
Yeah.
I see that you're starting with your hands, and because of that, it's what's taking you off your center. Then to get back, you've really got to time it out, and you've got to slide in there. So very simple. Shoulder turn to start. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that alone is going to keep you in your center. But the second you get those arms and hands starting quick, you're over here, and then you're going to be
And
moving.
I can't get back.
No one can.
Okay.
I mean, consistently.
Yeah.
And we're talking about consistency today.
Yes.
Because your ball striking is very good. We just want to dial it in a little bit better.
Okay.
So let's hit a couple with those thoughts, and maybe go through your routine as well, because your alignment is so good. I like the way you line up.
Okay, well,
Your alignment's been very, very on. Megan's done a really good job with that.
yes, I'm very pleased.
That's nice. Okay.
Down to.
Okay. How did that feel?
That felt all right, but I got a little off balance,
Mm-hmm.
and I could feel myself coming off balance.
Exactly.
I'm sure it was visually.
Mm-hmm. Just a little off center.
Yes.
How did that
That was
feel?
better.
That
was
looked
much better.
really nice. Really
I
nice.
could
I
feel
think you've
myself
got
turn.
okay. You can feel yourself turn, and you're much more centered. One thing I want to explore in those things that we just talked about, and staying centered and starting with your turn, and and not a hand start. I want you to make sure that your hands and arms are relaxed at address. That could also contribute to you not taking it away with that shoulder.
Yeah,
If
sometimes
these
I
are-
get real tight.
You don't have a short sleeve shirt on, but if I saw, I think I would have seen some
Yes.
tension in the hands.
I could feel
I gotta
it.
go. And you're anxious to hit it. And I think you've got to really, not that you might want to do a waggle, but I think you've got to feel some
Now, this is-
relaxation. Do you have
this
anything
is
like
something-
that you do? That
Well,
little?
Megan explained to me that
Okay.
when I get over the ball, I'm to have it relax and the
Yes.
arms straight and relax.
Exactly. And I'm seeing the same thing that she saw, that there's a little tension on those, and this doesn't move as quick. I mean, it doesn't start. This starts, and then we're off track. So
That's a really
terrific.
good point. Thank you.
Great.
I'll keep that in mind. I tried to keep it in mind. It didn't work.
Okay. What are you
Slightly
doing with
off.
that shoulder there? You get in there and you did something with your
Well,
shoulder. What are you
I-
doing with that?
I tend to go just straight, and if I would prick that shoulder up a little, it reminds me to keep center and shoulder turn.
Okay. Is that something you just added with me right now, or you're working
No,
on
I've
with
been
Megan?
working on this.
Did Megan give it to you, or?
Well, whenever I was, I don't know, no, she didn't give it to me.
Okay.
She just said, sometimes you need to bring that shoulder up a little, but that was on a driver.
Okay.
And I found that if I use it elsewhere,
Okay.
I sometimes have success.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
I mean, it's working today. I'm not sure I like it on the irons because it just looks a little artificial.
off?
It
Okay.
looks a little artificial. It's not as a result of a really good setup with your grip. I think you need
Try
to
it
be aware
without.
of it, but I think the grip itself, the right hand lower than the left, should bring that shoulder up and give you the proper tilt on its own. I agree with a
all right.
driver where the ball's up and you want to swing
Yes.
up on it. But with an iron, you really are just, the right hand is lower than the left. Otherwise, your shoulders would be level like they are now.
All right.
So because of that will set that shoulder high.
That
And
was
you
me
might
doing
not
it,
feel it. Okay, great.
That was me doing it.
I
Nobody
think,
said to do it. It's just,
I think what I'm seeing is that it's not only going up, but it's going forward. And that's what I don't like. I like, that's going to change our
and
alignment.
I do.
Right.
I
and
see myself
once
pulling
you
it.
once you do that, if you think of a turn, if you're here, you're already into your turn. So you don't have as much wind up. So let's not move that shoulder
Okay.
forward because we've already cut into our wind up, which is power. Okay, so keep it where it was.
All right.
But I like that you're aware
Watch,
of it.
let me see if I'm
Okay.
doing it correctly.
That looked much better.
Okay.
Very nice. Now one last thing I want to talk about is your ball position. Is that an 8-iron you have?
Yes.
Okay, where do you like to have that 8-iron, the ball in the 8-iron stance? Have you two worked on that, or?
No.
Okay.
Not that I can
So
recall.
let me just
Should probably
me
be in
just-
the center, and it's not.
yes.
Okay.
Don't move for a second, and we'll just see where actually it is. Okay. Those are pretty perpendicular. So let's take a look. I'm not marking your feet, but I would say that's pretty far forward, almost like a fairway position
Yes.
where you are. And so right now I feel you're making a really good turn. You're staying centered. You've got nice wind like you and Megan are working on. But because that ball is forward, you're having to kind of reach for it. You're going to reach for it, and you're getting it a little bit on the upswing. So I think if you move that ball, like you said, I think it's just something you do, but you're just
About
off.
zipper level?
Yes, I like it right in front of your zipper for the 8-iron. And then as you go in the longer clubs, we'll move forward. But for the
Right.
8-iron to sandwich, I like it for you right on the zipper. I love that, to use your words.
Now now I'm too, my legs
Yeah,
are
let's
too
start
far
all
apart.
over. Okay,
Sorry
start
about
all.
that.
No, please, let's make it real.
Yeah, I tend to,
That's nice.
Get a
That's
s-
much better.
Yeah,
I like the
okay.
way you put your feet together there. How was that?
that was good.
That-
It felt good, the whole 9 yards.
That was. I'd say on a scale of 0 to 10, how would you grade that?
8 or 9.
I thought that was 8 or 9 or 10 for me. Especially
least it
for
got
a
into the little
17
circle.
handicap. Yeah, it didn't go in the hole the way you're getting hole in ones. That's probably a 10 for you now.
Oh, no.
So let's do our little game.
All right.
Let's hit. We're gonna hit 5 shots.
5 shots.
And let's
I'm
go
gonna
through your
try to
whole
have 4.
routine. And then let's see how close we come, and then let's put together a plan for going forward.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
great.
Thank you. A little off target.
Okay. Well, let's watch that ball. Okay, let's watch that ball position too. Two?
2.
I'll give that a 2. That was very nice.
It's not bad.
Good, good. Is that 3 or our
Well, it's 3
expectation?
airborne.
Okay.
Okay, I like that.
I'd say that was a 9.5. It didn't go in the hole, but that was
I
outstanding.
could make a birdie maybe.
Okay, so this is 5 for 5.
I'm going to try for 5.
Tell me how. Okay, great.
So you're a very good teacher.
Okay, so I wouldn't give you a 5 on that. I'd go 4
no.
for 5. And I did want to give you a drill for the staying centered. But yeah, let's go. Let me give you a little, let's see, a little drill to stay centered.
Okay.
One thought would be just to get in your get into your golf position. Although I want your feet together. Okay, and then just take some swings, starting with the shoulder, and trying to just stay centered that way. That's it.
Full swings?
No, just half. That's it. Again, a little taller in your stance. Good. That's good. You just slow it down a little bit. That's hard to do for you.
It is.
It is. And I think that would be a really good drill for you because I think I love your swing. It's so nice and aggressive. And I think that sometimes that aggression might get you just getting a little too big. So, and off center. So I think that would be a great drill for you to do. Maybe before you start, you're great about getting stretched and warmed up. Maybe take some lightly weighted clubs in there and just feel yourself half swing, staying centered. And then I think that could really help you. You've got a beautiful swing. You and Megan are really working on some great things.
Thank you.
So to review, what are some of the things that, if you were going to teach me the lesson we just had, what were the key points for you to start working on?
The key points. I like the idea of closing your eyes and making a swing to determine if you're centered.
Okay,
And I
great.
will utilize that.
Perfect.
Because that really makes me aware of what I'm doing.
Okay, fantastic.
The other thing that you mentioned was my shoulder, which was more or less a false movement, or a faulty movement, I
Okay,
should say.
okay.
And the fact
Where it was hiked up and coiled.
where it was hiked up.
Okay.
The fact that you said, think about being over the ball,
Okay,
keeping yourself centered,
okay,
let the arms be loose, have a good grip, because your grip is essential. And then I was, if I bend at the waist, think in terms of the zipper because of the 8th
for
iron.
ball position?
For ball position.
Okay.
And then I can find myself swinging through.
That was
with
nice.
more, I don't know, confidence.
Okay,
Confidence in that I can do the shot.
okay. Maybe a little more consistency too.
Yes, I need the consistency.
Okay,
and that
great.
would be a good drill for me.
Okay, so that was really well stated. I think you got the point of what I was trying to get across to you. Just to add, I want you identified, which I'm so impressed. It's a tribute to your good instruction here, that you're starting your swing, your trigger is with the big muscles, not with the hands, like so many people that you see on the range that are taking lessons. And then I love the access idea. That's great, staying centered. I think we've got some good drills, the tension in the hands and arms, and then ball positions. So thank you so much.
Thank
I really
you very
enjoyed
much.
my
I
time with
appreciate
you.
it, and I learned a lot.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
That's